The Sony Xperia XZ is the new kid on the flagship block, and it comes dressed in a new and shiny metal armor featuring a brand new camera and a battery that aims to withstand the test of time. It's meant to remain healthy in the long run. Add USB-C for charging and cool new water protection capabilities, and the XZ shapes up to be more than ever a valid rival to the big guys in town. One such big and bad rival that will meet the XZ on the fiercely competitive smartphone market is the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge. Lacking in no feature and with the added muscle of its futuristic Edge display, long-running battery and tricks such as motion photos and always-on display, it's a smartphone extraordinaire that is hard to beat. Let's see if the new Xperia XZ stands a chance against it. Now first let's take a look at the design of the two devices. The XZ moniker is the first of this new series of Sony flagships that comes with a new loop design with tapered edges and durable metal alloy on the back that Sony calls Alkalido. This compares with the glass body and metal frame of the Galaxy S7 Edge that are stylish and good looking, but also absolute fingerprint magnets. On paper there is very slight difference in the thickness of these two, but in real life the Galaxy S7 Edge seems much more sleeker and a bit better fitting in the hand, while the Xperia XZ definitely feels chubbier and edgier around the corners. And finally, more waterproof phones. The XZ joins the family of waterproof devices with its IP68 certification, same as the one on the S7 Edge. Now in terms of performance, there's no surprise this year. All flagships run on Snapdragon 820, the XZ does as well. Now it's way too early to say too much about the performance of Sony's new flagship, but its UI is light and almost unchanged, and it runs fairly smoothly, while Samsung's TouchWiz UI is rich in features but still features slowdowns every once in a while. At the same time, Samsung still excels in a few places. Its keyboard experience and finely tuned tactile feedback make for one of the fastest and most satisfying typing experiences on the phone, while Sony's on-screen keyboard is just not as fast. For years on, Sony has had sky-high ambitions for the camera of its phones, and for years on it has pretty much failed them. The Sony Xperia XZ again aims for the clouds, but the camera interface lacks the fast one-tap shortcuts and convenience of Samsung's interface, and is much slower to start. There's a noticeable slowdown between shots. Those are the initial impressions, of course, that were yet to confirm in a more substantial review. In terms of image quality, we only had the chance to snap a couple of pictures with the Xperia XZ. Comparing full 23 megapixel output from the camera and Sony's smart 8 megapixel process pictures, we like the latter a little bit better as they feature better dynamics and punctuation. The Sony Xperia XZ features a 2900 mAh battery that is not user removable. Sony is not talking about battery life on this phone, but rather it's actually saying that with this Xperia generation the focus has been on preserving the health of the battery and its longevity. Sony avoids excessive charging by smartly pausing the charge when your phone reaches about 90% at night and only resumes shortly before your usual wake-up time, so you can still start the day with a 100% charged phone. Still, it has a tough opponent in the form of the Galaxy S7 Edge, which has proven to have solid battery life and ultra-fast quick charging. At the end of the day, the Xperia XZ is a flagship. Sony makes it no secret, and it will be priced like one. In the meantime, the Galaxy S7 Edge has lost a lot of its initial price and has become a better value for the money, so it will be an uphill battle for Sony, but still the Xperia XZ has its fast performing skin and different but not necessarily superior design going on for it, plus it adds waterproofing and a convenient USB-C port. However, is that really enough against Samsung's long list of features? We have not even touched on the extras of the S7 Edge, things like the Edge functionality and the cool factor that comes with it, motion photos, different camera modes including hyperlapse, the always-on display, and the features that we've covered that work better on the Galaxy S7 Edge, such as its faster camera, brilliant display, and solid battery life. Now, the only thing that Samsung is still to get perfectly right is TouchWiz and daily performance.